Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Oh, baby. Do they ever? Mostly.
Dude, 82 seeming like a pretty good year. I mean, not gonna lie.
We got three bangers,
We got 3 bangers.
in a row. 3 action bangers in a row.
Yep.
And,
Sorry. We're having a guest appearance on the show.
we have a little...
Mickey Mouse is
Mickey.
here. I guess the mice decided to come in. That's weird. I've never seen a mouse.
Maybe we'll talk about this on one of the live streams.
Yes. Jesus. Okay, sorry.
Anyway. We, Kill Squad.
Kill Squad.
I don't know what to say. This is the simplest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, literally the simplest fucking movie ever.
It really is. There's like almost nothing going on in this movie except for pure action.
Action. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a vague revenge plot, and then that's all.
Yeah.
That's it. I love this fucking thing.
Oh, it's great.
It's super
Fucking awesome.
And it's funny because it's like it's almost on the line of homebrew,
Yeah.
but you can tell there's some money behind it. That it's like it's still lit,
Yeah, exactly.
and no, I fucking love this thing.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude. Like, there's so much fucking, like, it's just pure action. I love it because it's just enough plot.
Good stunt work.
Like, oh yeah, great stunt work. Good.
There's a part where like a car is careening down a sidewalk, and there's all these fucking people getting hit.
Yeah.
And like I was like genuinely like, holy shit! Like people are fucking falling off cars and shit. There's different locations. This also has like that. I mean, we've all seen that trope of like martial arts movies where like, you know, there's a fight breaks out and then everyone in that location magically knows martial arts.
Yeah.
This takes that to like
Extreme levels, because everyone at every single job site / wherever they go knows
No
exactly
reason.
what they're doing.
no reason. Like,
Yeah.
it's a welding shop. It's a workplace dispute.
Yeah.
Everyone knows martial arts.
Yep.
It's a fucking what was it? A junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows martial arts.
Yep.
It's a fucking garden party.
Everyone knows martial arts.
Even the women get in on it.
Yeah, they try and like bust like plates and shit over.
They're blasting
our
plates
heroes
because
and stuff.
they don't want to pay our guy
Yeah, exactly.
for a gardening. Plus, I know this is your thing because you love fucking like mission, like squad mission movies,
Squad-based shit.
and this is that
Yeah, exactly.
because I mean, I don't know how deep we want to get into the fucking plot of this thing.
I mean, let's just you can. It's basically a revenge plot twist, revenge plot.
Yeah.
That's all the movie is.
The opening of the movie is literally after you get the fucking past like the fucking weird negative filter.
Yeah, because
opening credits.
Opening credits, and then a guy and his wife are just hanging out in their house.
And the guy is just like, business good.
Well,
business
we
good.
understand they like own an
electronics. I don't know.
Electronic company or something like that.
And business is good. And then he starts talking about his friend and like how business is good, and his wife's like, well, I don't like your friend.
Yeah.
I'd wish you didn't like see him. And we get one of my favorite lines in the film. He's just like, why, Joanna? Is it because he's black?
Yeah.
Little do we know until I guess the end of the movie that there's some tension there. But that's done, and in the meantime, there's like the village people.
Yeah.
Trying to.
They're like invading.
Breaking.
So they all are wearing like greasy shirts. And
Break
stuff.
in. I'm sorry, I have to put that in quotation marks. They just walk in.
Our supposed big bad is like has a cigar. You can tell he's bad because
uncle.
he has a cigar. He's an uncle.
He's pointing his cigar around.
He's pointing his cigar around. He's telling them to like be quiet.
Everyone's like, there's like, you know, there's a guy in a cowboy hat. There's a guy like in a greasy t-shirt and a fucking mustache. It's all just memes.
It's discount village people.
Yeah. And the guy, like, you know, they go in. We get a fight.
Yes.
Lit fight. All this furniture breaks. Everything's flying around. And then the guy just grabs the wife, takes out a gun, shoots our dude, and then they assault the wife, and then that's it. That's the beginning of our movie.
So now we have a revenge plot.
So now we have, well, the first scene after that is a fucking, it's like the guy who's now, he's like kind of the owner of the company, I guess, now, or something.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
he gives them, like, he, like, sells equipment.
He inspects, like, the equipment.
So this is the new guy, so
he goes to he goes like a factory, like a welding shop.
Yes.
And he's like, the tool you made, it's not good.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, fuck your, like, guidelines.
So the three uncles in the shop,
because he's like,
him.
I want my money for the work. And he's like, you'll get your money when it's built right. And then he's like, a fight breaks out.
So these three dudes he just, like, hands their asses to them, and then one of them gets knocked over, and...
The main guy, the owner of the shop.
He pulls out a gun and aims, but his foot is in the way, so he shoots his own foot. I'm not kidding, he shoots his own foot.
He shoots his own foot, and we get, like, gore.
Yes, of him shooting his own foot.
The top of his foot exploding.
Yes.
And then the guy, like, walks over to him, and he's like, I'll take your gun. You can't be trusted with this. By the way, I still want, like, the job done.
Yeah.
And then what does the guy say? He's like, I knew we could make a deal.
He's like, I knew that you would come around eventually.
As he's hugging
his foot.
His stumpy foot.
Trying to, like, ease himself.
Trying to stop the bleeding.
Sorry. We got a visitor. I don't know where it went, but oh well.
We're in a temporary location.
Yep.
I don't know if I don't even know. But so that's done. And then immediately the guy goes and picks up the guy from the beginning of the movie at the hospital.
Yeah.
Picks him up at the hospital, and he's wheeling him in a wheelchair, and he takes him to a garden, which the guy spends 90% of the movie in that garden.
Yeah.
And he's like...
He's getting wheeled around, and he's like, I need
the squad?
I need the squad. He's like, yeah, you did a lot for us. So
and then we get a flashback of Vietnam, as they were prisoners of war, all of them.
Yes.
And they're, like, going around, and the guy, one of them gets killed, gets shot right in the head, and then they're going to go and make our guy walk through a minefield.
Yes.
So in the meantime, as the guy's walking through the minefield, they escape by stabbing a guy with a fucking stick, and then, mine explodes.
And the guy gets flipped over.
And he's hurt, but that's
he's hurt, so we
fine.
just don't get to see the rest of it. And so...
I still don't really know, like...
I don't know how they feel like he saved the day, because it's the buff guy that saved
the buff dude
squad.
Yeah.
It wasn't the dude that, like, went on the minefield. I mean, he distracted them, but
he distracted them. I mean, I guess that's it.
He kind of helped.
He helped.
He didn't do...
But it's fine, because they're down. So, the guy goes to a bar, and there's a fight outside of a bar, and it's the buff dude.
Yes.
Beats the shit out of all these guys. And then he's like, we need you on the squad. Like, done. Then they go to the guy who, for some reason, is a pimp.
He gets into a fight with another pimp.
Because
the shit out of all of them.
He's taking his corner, and he beats him up.
He's like, don't... And then he's like, hey, we need you. And he's like, okay.
Done.
He's like, don't come around my corner anymore, to the other pimp. And then the end scene.
And then who's the...
The next guy is...
I don't even...
So there's a guy at the bar.
Buff guy.
The buff guy at the bar. The
pimp.
Was it? It's not the Joker. No, not him
It's
yet.
I think it's the Asian guy. I think it's the Asian
guy. The gardener guy, yeah.
Because they're like, oh, he's at the office. And then it shows him, like, doing his gardening work. He finishes. It's like a garden party. He goes up to the guy. He's like, I want to be paid my, like, $20.
You owe me the back pay for, like...
For 5 months of work.
5 months of work.
And the guy makes, like, a fucking racist comment. And so, of course, he bodies the whole fucking party.
Just annihilates them.
And then the guy just pays him.
He pays him, and then he's like, hey, this guy needs you. And he's like, okay.
Cool.
Then they go to the other
Is that the construction
It's
guy?
the construction guy, yeah.
Well, so this is the craziest thing. Again, like he must have like temporary superpowers or something, because he's just like eating lunch on a fucking top of a building, like a 5-story building, and then someone comes along and pushes him, and he falls and lands on a car and supposedly dies.
So they go down to check it out,
and he's gone.
He's gone, and he appears out of a window. Like,
and then they're like, "Listen, man, we had a good thing going, and you were gonna tell everybody that we were stealing equipment and all this stuff. And why do you gotta ruin this for us, man?" And then, of course, there's a fight. He beats the shit out of all of them, and they're like, "Join the squad." Cool.
Yep, cool. Let's do it.
Then we get. Do we get the fucking Joker guy?
Yeah, because there's six of them, and then the one guy helping the.
Okay, we got buff guy, pimp, Asian guy,
The
construction
guy,
Worker, Joker.
Joker guy.
Is there one more?
The guy helping the wheelchair guy out, right? So
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm okay. You're right.
It's 6 people, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the last one is the fucking Joker guy, who's
So he's trying to like scam people out of money by selling pet insects. So he's selling tarantulas.
It's like a pyramid scheme of pet insects,
centipedes, and scorpions.
That's not my favorite line in the movie though.
Yeah.
Because he's like telling him like, "Listen, man, I got 5,000 tarantulas and 2,000 scorpions and 3,000 centipedes," and the guy's like, "Cut the bullshit," and he's like, "What are you talking about, man? I wouldn't lie to you about 3,000 centipedes." Which is, I mean, fair point, I guess. But, whatever. They don't buy it. So, a bunch of Goombas get out of a fucking car. A bunch of uncles.
And they try and fight him.
And get bodied out. And then, he kicks their asses. They're like, "Join the squad?"
Yep.
Cool. And then they're all just lined up in the flower field.
And they all test out their weapons.
They're all showing off their weapons, which you don't see at all in the movie.
I love this movie. The scene is weird because like they show off all their weapons that they're specialized in, and
we never see them.
None of them use any.
It's all hand to hand.
The Joker guy kind of uses his, and then the one guy uses his once.
That's it. You talking about the ninja star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first guy, he pulls out like 2 like baton things.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know how you explain it. It's like
shin baton thing. I can't remember what they're called.
And he uses that. The next guy is nunchucks.
Yep.
One nunchuck.
Yes.
And the next guy has a knife.
Next guy has a sword.
Has a fucking sword.
A katana. And then the next guy has 2 nunchucks.
But they're a little longer too, Will.
And then the last guy throws ninja stars.
And he has a ninja star.
Yes.
I love that though. They were like, "Oh fuck, we ran out of weapons." They just didn't know what to use.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Okay, I got it.
Just longer.
Let's give him 2 nunchucks and
Longer.
Make him like 2 inches longer."
Yep.
It's fine. But then
they've assembled the squad, the kill squad.
This is the rest of the movie. It is literally just okay.
Follow the lead.
Go to where the lead is. Fight. Get another lead. Continue.
Yes.
Fight.
But at a certain point, after like the first lead, the kill squad starts getting eliminated. So they go to like a ranch. They beat up a bunch of cowboys. They get a lead, and then they go to that other lead. So they have to split up because there's 2 separate leads there could be. There's a guy like a steel factory, and then a guy
a truck driver.
A truck driver. So they go to this part of the squad. 3 of the squad go to a steel factory, and they go to the wrong one. And then they go to another steel factory and find the guy.
Find Jesse James.
Beat up a bunch of random fucking dudes, and then one of them gets shot. The buff
by a sniper.
The buff guy gets shot.
There's sniper clad in black. Yeah.
Because we're after the Cowboys, you think that like maybe this Dutch guy, because he's the main bad guy.
He was the main bad guy with the cigar in the beginning. Yeah.
You think he hired the sniper to take people out?
Because at the end of the day, like the whole point of like this part of the movie is that they're going through these leads
to get after Dutch for killing the guy's wife
and wounding him, putting him in a wheelchair.
Yes.
But little by little, they all die, unfortunately.
Yeah. So they get into a fight, die. Get into a fight, die. Get into a fight, die. They keep splitting up into the equal teams, and then one of them dies.
One of them dies each time.
Yeah. So
unfortunate.
Like 4 separate fights. One of them is a car chase with the epic, like, jumping over and fucking careening over the exploding car, which is fucking awesome.
That was my favorite scene because, first of all, like, all the scenes are goofy in and of themselves because it's like they go to a ranch, they beat up all the cowboys. They go to a steel mill, they beat up all the fucking steel workers. They go to a junkyard, they beat up all the junkyard workers. But the fucking car one is hilarious because it's just a used car lot.
Yeah, and they beat up a bunch of car salesmen.
And there's a bunch of, like, used car salesmen in, like, cheap suits. And all of them know martial arts. And they beat the fuck out of every single one of them.
Every single one. They get their asses handed to them.
And then, of course, there's a car.
I love how they're displaying this car because there's actually, like, it's a roll. You can see the roll cage and you can see the fucking...
It's in shot. They're not trying to hide it at all.
The bar going across the dash.
Which, you know, this car is going to get fucked up.
It's a stock car.
And, of course, the guy drives off. They get into another car. They chase them. He fucking flips. Like, there's, like, a fucking lowrider.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, jumps over it. And then, like, for no reason turns back around and then flips over that car and goes on its back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the good guy's car jumps over the flipped over car, and then they do this awesome thing where right when there's jumping over it, they blow up the car on the bottom.
Over, yeah.
And it's...
Dude, it looks so cool.
It's fucking great.
So awesome.
But of course, at the end of all this, they chase the guy down. The sniper, also usually the sniper shoots not only one of the kill squad, but
the
informant or whoever the fuck they're going to interrogate.
So then they're, like, out of leads. Most of the kill squad is down, and they decide to go back to the ranch because they're out of leads.
Yeah.
So they're going to get to the guy.
Because there is a woman at the ranch who gave them, like, 2 leads.
And then they go back to her, and she's kind of beat up, and they're like, who did this to you? And then she's like, well, they put out a hit on you, and, like, it
was like the main cowboy guy.
They're looking for you, like Jack or something.
Yeah.
And
so
they're looking for you. So they go to apparently the only country western bar in all of...
So they don't actually tell you, but it's very obvious that the film is filmed in L.A.
Yeah.
But if you watch the movie, they act like it's, like, nothing. Because it's like, oh, the steel plant.
Yeah.
They're like, well, there's only 2 steel plants in town. And then, of course, they're a bunch of cowboys. Where are they going to be? The country bar.
Yep.
There's only one country bar in all of Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's fine. So they go there. They're all just hanging out.
I love how this kill squad, the 2 remaining kill squad, drive past, and one of them just flips off the guys.
And then they're like, let's get him.
So there's a kind of a stupid car chase, and they go up, like, a parking garage and fight on top of the parking garage.
And, of course, the sniper fucking shoots everybody.
And shoots one guy off the parking garage.
And my favorite thing is, like, after he shoots everybody, like, the sniper is, like, going down the building, like, rappelling down. So our guy goes after him. And then when he's on the fucking ground floor, he runs past, and you just see the guy laying dead in, like, the bushes.
Yep. He's just lounging dead on the bushes.
He just chases the fucking sniper through a bunch of, like, fences and backyards. And then he finally uses his ninja star on him.
Yep.
And, like, they get into a fight. He takes off the fucking guy's mask, but you don't see who it is because he knocks him the fuck out.
And then he almost shoots him, but then waits. And then he walks off. And so the guy is, like, back at the garden, and he's like, all of them are dead, and this is all for nothing. Like, I'm sorry, I have no more leads. I don't know what's going on. He's like, the guy in the wheelchair's like, well, I feel really ashamed. And the guy's like, well, why should you feel ashamed? You didn't, like, do anything.
You didn't do anything.
And he's like,
we did this for you.
And the guy's like, in the wheelchair's like, you got all the information, right? Let me just get that so I can turn it.
You forgot the scene where, right before this.
Oh, they get the information from Jack.
The guy goes.
Oh no, we forgot. We forgot Dutch's demise.
Because he right before Jack gets fucking yeeted.
Yes.
He gives him like a little like a pamphlet.
Yeah.
That apparently on there just says like the address of fucking Dutch's garden party.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes that and then goes to Dutch's garden party, beats up a bunch of guys by knocking them into a pool.
And then someone accidentally shoots Dutch while trying to shoot the other guy.
This happens a lot in the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
People get shot a lot accidentally.
Well, they also hit other, like, team members, I guess, or whatever, other goons in the face, like, while trying to hit the main guys.
It's great.
So dumb.
It's great. But yeah, Dutch gets shot, and right before he's gonna tell them who the fuck did it, who like planned it,
Yeah.
who paid him originally to do all this, and then that's when he goes to the fucking guy and tells him like, I'm ashamed of this, like we failed.
Yeah, he's like, okay, just give me the information so I can turn it into the cops. And then, so the guy goes and gets the information from the car, and then he comes back, and our sniper guy's there. And
He's
the guy's
there
like,
with
okay.
a katana.
Yep.
And immediately they're like fucking
They're like
doing
ready
their
to go.
stance.
So they have a fight. They both get hit a lot.
And then our fucking guy, who we thought the last like squad member before him, who got shot,
He comes
shows up.
out-
He's like, "Ha, bulletproof vest,"
vest.
and then he takes off his bulletproof vest, and then the fucking sniper guy takes out his katana and
just
just
like swipes him
and knocks
then
him out.
The guy gets on the ground. I'm like, great, okay, that was cool, I guess.
Yeah, you took off your bulletproof vest there, buddy.
So then the other guy, they go back to like the house. So the other guy gets knocked down again, and he sees the wheelchair is empty now.
Yeah, you know
So
something's up.
He's kind of putting stuff together. So he kicks the guy towards the house, and then like pulls off his mask and kicks him again, and he rolls, and you see it's our wheelchair.
It's our main dude.
And he's like, "Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill
Why?
everyone? Why?"
This is why. And then he like rolls up his foot, and he has a fucking like fake leg. And we just get a flashback of him exploding from the mine.
Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just ask it.
Oh,
Why
really?
was he mad at the squad?
I have
didn't make
no
They
idea.
didn't make him walk on the mine.
They did not make him walk anywhere, dude.
And they actually like
They saved him.
they saved him, and they also like looked up to him
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So like, why on earth would he be like, no, you this squad, you all suck, you all deserve to die because you didn't get a step on the
No,
mine.
dude, this dude's motivations is the most petty shit.
It's really petty
Because he has barely any reason to be mad at the squad, but also he then tells him that he paid Dutch to do the home invasion so he could kill his wife because he was tired of her.
Well, he's also I guess poor. He doesn't have anything. He's not like smart.
The wife had
So
everything.
the wife owned the company, and he was collecting like insurance on her. So he's like this whiny baby,
Yeah.
bitch.
He's just a bitch boy, and like he kills the wife so he could finally have all of her shit. And then he's like, this is all a game. So he hires the kill squad to kill Dutch's squad.
Yep.
And then he kills the kill squad.
Because he thought it was funny, like killing them off while they were trying to investigate the murder of his.
His wife, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just, it's beyond petty. It's beyond fucking petty.
It really is.
And then they like fight. He gets like a fucking axe stuck on the door.
So yeah, he tries to hit the guy with the axe, and then the guy like dodges it. It sticks into the wall, and the guy kicks him into the axe and decapitates
And
him.
it cuts his head off.
Yes.
And then he goes over to the guy who got stabbed with the fucking katana, and he tells him about the fucking 3,000 centipedes again.
Yep.
And dies. But then he's walking away, and the guy's like, "I punked you, boy."
You punked. And then he's like, you better get me to the hospital before I bleed out. And they laugh while he talks about his scheme again.
His 3,000 centipedes, and then the movie ends.
And movie. That's it. I mean, honestly, like, I loved this movie, but there's not a lot.
I mean, the tricky thing about movies like this is that, I'm not joking, like, the content, the actual content of the film is dudes punching each other.
That's all it is. If you just, like, straight up action for an hour and 20
Like,
minutes.
you can't...
There is barely any, like, in-between stuff that, like, even constitutes... It's barely plot.
Yeah.
There's, like, maybe 5 minutes total in the whole movie of plot. Maybe.
Well, the thing is, like, you can't describe fight scenes.
We could break it down, but you guys know, obviously, we're not that kind of podcast.
Here's the thing, like, I can't. I physically can't break these down. Like, you just have to see them.
They're great.
Because they're fun.
The choreography is pretty fun. That car
I
chase
love
is epic.
By the way, the sound effects.
Yes. Well, it makes this, like, whipping sound whenever
Yeah, there's
they,
like
like, it sounds like the punches has such a fucking hard impact. It's like, like shattering the sound barrier.
It's great.
I love it.
There's lots of like little touches I like. Like there's so many fight scenes that take place in like kind of dirty surroundings.
Yeah. Well,
so every time like someone gets punched, you see like all this dust flying off them.
I like it because it, like, in fight scenes you'll hear a lot of reviewers say like weight, like fights have weight to them, and I like how in the fight scenes also we get our heroes also like they kind of get beat up too.
Yeah, they get punched.
They're not all good. They're getting attacked by a bunch of people. Of course they're gonna get fucking hit.
Yeah, no, there's weight to it.
And they're not impervious too. Like we have this big ass kill squad, and they just get taken out one by one.
One by one.
And you're kind of just like, at first you're like, what the fuck is happening? And then you start to piece it together. Like I pieced it together, like before like there was 4. I was like,
well, it's one of those things where it's like,
I was like, who else could it be but the guy in the wheelchair? Because they're obviously saving it for a twist.
Because they're hiding his face.
But I was like, but the thing was, I had no idea why, and I didn't know it was so petty.
That was literally the pettiest villain motivation.
It really was.
Ever.
But that's fine because who cares?
It's fine because you get lit fight scenes.
Yes.
And plus, I mean, I all different locations.
Yep.
I also I love when like you see like stuntmen just get like fucking thrown around into furniture and like
oh absolutely
like willing to actually get beat up on camera.
They go there,
and it's great. And again, it's like it's almost homebrew because of how fucking simple and basic it is.
But it's like it's almost homebrew, but it's not because like you could tell there was a budget here.
There's enough of a budget to do a fucking car chase.
Well, they bought a bunch of cars and crashed some of them.
There's enough of a budget for like, I mean, they have all these locations, and listen, somehow they got a lot of fucking actors who, at the very least, could do like martial arts on camera.
Yes.
There's a lot of uncles in the movie too, but they do martial arts. Apparently this is the year of uncles getting beat up, I guess.
That's okay with me. As long as the movies are still this lit, I don't even care.
I'm fine with that.
I am totally fine if the movies just stay this goddamn entertaining, because again, if we're doing shitty to pretty to get into it, it's still a 10. Like out of entertainment value.
Entertainment value.
Like it's an hour and 20 minutes of just people hitting each other, and that's all you need. It's an action movie that does not fluff it up.
It's literally just
there's a little bit of plot and then just fighting.
Yeah, everywhere they go. Everywhere they go.
Every single scene has fighting in it.
Yeah.
Every single scene. There's no sex scenes. There's no like.
There's one sex scene that's like intercut with fighting.
Yes.
Until the guy in the sex scene is like, "Oh shit, there's a fight," and then he gets up with his shotgun, and then he tosses his shotgun to his friend, and then the friend points it, and the guy like kicks it,
and the
friend blasts his homie in the fucking stomach.
It's great.
Also, some great fucking squibs in this.
Yes.
Bloody, like it's great. Oh yeah, it's easily 10 out of 10.
It's like, again a 10 out of 10. Like it's just a good, entertaining, hour and 20 minute long action movie that doesn't waste your goddamn time, and it's entertaining as hell.
I wish, because here's the thing, you can watch this on YouTube. I mean, I don't.
I wish there was a better rip, because this is a really rough.
The version we watched literally has like the tracking.
It has tracking. It stutters a lot. There's some like blank outs.
It's like someone had a very, very beat up VHS and then took that and recorded off of that.
Yes.
And I wish that there was like a more cleaned up version of this. I mean, honestly, deserves it. Considering all the shit out there that gets like cult followings and like restorations, I don't see why you wouldn't give it to this thing.
I don't either, because honestly I could see this having a cult following.
Yeah, that's the thing. Listen, it's on YouTube. It's free. Minus the ads that keep interrupting the fucking fight scene.
Yeah, I mean, if you have...
Unless you have YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I don't even know.
YouTube Red, or whatever the premium YouTube is.
But yeah, unless you were lucky enough to have your fucking dad buy a VHS of this back in 1982, I guess. You can enjoy this in as pristine as possible quality. But yeah, this movie's awesome.
But it's really good. It just works.
It really does.
I just like it immensely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about it because again, it is that simple. But that's all you need sometimes. Just go watch this entertaining ass movie.
3,000 centipedes.
3,000 centipedes.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I wouldn't. But listen, I wouldn't bullshit you about Kill Squad.
No, I wouldn't either. If you like action movies, you'll like this movie. I guarantee it.
Pure action.
If you like corny, cheesy action movies, just go watch it.
Yeah, it's got
fucking great.
Everything you need.
Yes.
Like everything. The only thing it doesn't have that the other movies had before this was ninjas.
Yeah.
But it makes up for that by having literally zero plot and all action.
There's like just enough plot, barely enough plot to keep this chugging along.
Usually in like these squad movies, there's like some kind of like they go to a person and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to join you," and then they have to like convince them or something.
No.
They have to be like, "Well, there's a lot of money involved," or like this and that. In this movie, it's just like, so and so needs you. Say no more.
Cool.
I'm in.
I'm there. Let's go.
Like everyone should have friends like this.
Exactly.
Who are just like, hey,
drop everything and
we need you.
Fucking go with you.
No explanation, no nothing. He needs you. Cool. Yep. Done. I'm down. It's like Sup Kim and fucking Death Promise.
Dude, Sup Kim is the best.
It's just
still is the best.
What are you guys doing? Oh, we're fighting. Cool.
Cool. I'm in.
I'm down. I'm down for anything.
Do yourself a favor and go watch Kill Squad.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
YouTube, Kill Squad 1982.
Yep.
Hour 25 minutes. That's it.
Go enjoy. And you know what? I think that's it for our podcast tonight. It's a short one, but yeah, I have nothing else to say.
I think that's it. I mean,
this one's gonna be a breezy one if you're listening.
Good job. Good job, Kill Squad.
Thanks, Kill Squad. Our content is about as short as the plot of Kill Squad. So
it's a little longer because I'm pretty sure if you distilled like plot scenes in this, if you made like a supercut of like Kill Squad plot, it would probably be like a 10-minute video.
Yep. If that.
If that, yeah.
So yeah, that's all I have to say. For the mostly coming out, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
We'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh God.
Jesus.
3,000 centipedes, man.
3,000 centipedes. What about the tarantulas and the fucking scorpions?
Oh, scorpions. I got shipments coming in, man.